So we're looking at those very interesting developments from Dapchi, how the girls were kidnapped and how the story is developing up to this time. And I'm being joined by Dr. Nick Idoko, who's a security consultant. I want to thank you so much indeed for joining us on Sunrise Daily. And also to my far right, Colonel Yomi Dare, retired as a former Army Director of Army Legal Services. I want to thank you so much also for coming.
Thank you for having me, Jimbo.
Let me get your thoughts first, Doctor, because this clearly was deemed to be one action by the Nigerian military. A lot of people see it as wrong. Why do you think that the Army, in withdrawing its troops from strategic positions in Dapchi, that would have prevented this incident of the kidnap of the girls? 105 of them, we understand, but the government says it's 110. We'll look at that later. Why do you think that process was flawed?
Well, from the Army headquarters and then those within the operational command area say that the withdrawal was necessary, that there was another incident going on some kilometers away, and they needed to send reinforcement. And they had already imagined that Dapchi and Busari local government was safe, and that it was peaceful and quiet. Therefore, it was an operational necessity to withdraw the soldiers at the point the incident happened. But then, critics are saying that they ought to have known that the place is not completely safe, going by lessons learned from past incidents, that withdrawal was hasty. They should have got reinforcement from elsewhere. It shouldn't just be from that area. Knowing that there is a secondary school with a population of girls, 906 of them, from the figures we've got. And of course, this incident happened, and now there's a blame game. And the initial reaction, which is a knee-jerk reaction of our government or leadership, is to begin to shirk responsibility and not assume that something real has happened. Because initially the government even denied that such abduction happened at all, until parents began to speak, and then now we're having a major crisis on our hands. 110.
Let me come in here. Dr. Dari, Colonel Dari, you have seen and you have been in the system, the Army system, and you understand the modus operandi in the way troops are recalled or moved out of an area. Did this follow due process?
Well, honestly, from what I've gathered, I think there's need to conduct some in-depth investigations into this incident. But very importantly is the fact that incidents such as this, we should not even allow any blame game. We just have to address it squarely.
But the blame game is already on.
Absolutely, which is what I'm saying is that this is wrong.
Because if the army says, okay, we hand it over to the police, and then the police comes out and says, no, you didn't hand anything over to us, we don't know absolutely nothing about it. That is to the detriment of the people of Dapchi, especially the girls and the parents now, who are so distressed. Who is going to be blamed on this?
I do agree with you absolutely, and of course, which means there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, you know, with regards to our security infrastructure in this country, you know. But aside that, Nigerians must rise up to this occasion, and especially leadership. I mean, all the things that has been attributed to the governor, you know, saying that, I mean, he's blaming the military and all these things. I think he has to exhibit, you know.
Shouldn't he blame the military?
Why would he blame the military?
Why not?
What we are
because
saying,
they're saddled with protecting the lives of the people in that area, and their absence there has, within just 1 week, made the insurgents to cash in on that opportunity that would have been avoided.
Jimba, you must not forget that security is everybody's business. And the military has a lot on its plate, considering what is happening in this country right now. So you cannot permanently deploy troops to a particular place. Troops are highly mobile.
Not unless that place is safe.
Excuse me?
Not unless that place is safe. I mean, the troops are already there, so why pull them out when you know that this is the northeast and it is very, very volatile, and you have students, 900, over 900 in Dapchi, and then you pull them out without having a contingency arrangement. The police says that, no, you didn't tell us about your moving out. This seems to be a sense of conspiracy. How do you respond to that, Doctor?
Yes, I tend to agree with you, because conspiracy theories are already afoot. People are saying that there must be something that people don't know about the incident. How come just at the withdrawal of troops, this incident took place? And then initially the government denied that anything happened, and later now confirmed that, okay, it's true, something happened. Imagine a statement being issued from the government office, the governor's office, that no such incident happened. Only later for the governor to say that, yes, we accept. And the federal government delegation twice now has confirmed that there are even 110 of the girls who can be accounted for. So there must be something. The conspiracy theories, one that is strong, is that there is a conspiracy to cause embarrassment to the government, which Lai Mohammed has corroborated. But people are saying, if you are saying such a thing, then it means that the Chibok girls' abduction was also meant to embarrass the last administration. Because I think it was an ungathered statement made by the minister. Now, some people are also saying that each time Boko Haram insurgents need money to finance their operations, they carry out this kind of activity. Nobody is sure what is the exact truth. But these are theories that are going on. But the important thing to note is that government has become a bit disorganized, confused, unable to actually be on the game, on top of the game. Security is so very critical and fundamental that you cannot, pay lip service to it. But the way things are now, nobody is sure what will be up the next moment. So it's a real big issue.
Konodari, have we learned any lesson looking at the Chibok situation in 2014, April of 2014, and looking at what we have in Dapchi now? Do you think we've learned any lessons?
Well, I believe we've learned some lessons. We've learned some lessons, excuse me. We've learned some lessons in the sense that with the Chibok incident, we had a lot of cases of lack of transparency, on the part of the government, and then of course corruption too, whereby you find people, stealing away monies that was meant to equip, the military to confront this situation. Okay, right now, I believe the military is more prepared, more equipped, better equipped, to address the situation. Even though we still have, lapses here and there. But again, what I'm trying to say here is that we must, as much as possible, Nigerians, all of us, it behoves on us, to separate politics from security. Because lately, people have made, with all due respect, very irresponsible, statements, even in print, okay? Calling on the president, calling him all sorts of names, calling on the ruling party, we must not politicize security. And I salute welcome the comments of the governor of Borno State when he went to visit his counterpart in Yobe State, you know, because he said that, well, a few years ago, he's found himself in the same shoes. I think the governor, with all due respect of Yobe, you know, should, you know, rise to this occasion. This is the time to exhibit leadership.